What is up, guys? It's Josh from Jeep Gladiator Garage. Today I am going to be swapping over my factory 2020 Jeep Gladiator key fob to the AJT design key fob. This will work for any Jeep JL or Jeep Gladiator. The kit comes with everything you need. You'll probably need either unless you have some nails, you'll either need a butter knife or like a flathead screwdriver, just so you can separate the factory key fob. So let's go ahead and open up the package and see what you got. So when you open up the package, you're gonna get the actual fob itself. It's gonna be like a mold injected plastic, really nice. I had one of these for one of my previous vehicles. Like, can come in a bunch of different colors. I chose white just because my vehicle's white. Like a blue, like a gray, red, so on and so forth. It's gonna come with screws, anodized screws. Again, these come in multitude of colors you can choose from. The little membrane for the buttons to work. Also, the actual buttons themselves. You can again choose different colors for the buttons as well. So these things are pretty customizable. They go for about, I believe, $36 or $37 from AJT. Super quick shipping, really good quality. And overall, I think it's a pretty cool little thing if you got some money to spend. There is directions on his website, so you know, if you need something, you can just go directly to his website as well. Customer support's really well. These things are getting really popular now, since people are knowing about them. Reason for this upgrade is my opinion is one, my factory key fob is separating right through here, and I just can't stand it. Other people, their key keeps opening up in their pocket, or they just think it's kind of too big and bulky. Now, size comparison, it is pretty close. It's a little bit slender, but as far as the overall height, it's about the same. So, you know, it might sit in your pocket a little bit better compared to this one, but again, I just kind of like the design and the look of it. Plus, you know, who doesn't like to customize their stuff? So let's go in and start talking about how to get the swap going. So to swap your key over, it's very simple. First, what you're gonna do is you do gotta take apart your factory key fob. Again, you're gonna have to separate the back cover. I'm gonna use a butter knife just because I don't have any nails or anything, but you can use, you know, if you can pry it off easy, it should just pop right off. So we'll go ahead and start doing that. All right, guys, so once you have the back popped off, what you're going to do is you're going to remove the battery here. Again, you might have to pry it out with like a little screwdriver or something like that. And then you're gonna take the Torx bit screwdriver, that came with the key fob, the new key fob, and there's going to be a couple screws that you're going to have to remove. And once you do that, this whole back panel will be able to pop off. So we'll go ahead and do that. All right, guys, so once you have that middle section popped off, you do got to be careful. There is a little spring in there that controls the flip function of the factory key. So you just got to make sure that doesn't go flying off. So place it off to the side. Remove this guy here. Now we'll be able to pull the factory key out, and we'll get to that in a second. And then what you're going to use is you're going to use this guy right here. This is the motherboard that controls all the functions. Just kind of want to be careful. It should pull right out though. Again, it is a little bit delicate, so you know you don't want to tossing that thing around. And that is pretty much what you're going to be using as far as the factory key fob is the motherboard, your key, in the battery. So now we'll move on to the next step of reassembling all the stuff into the new key. All right, guys, so now we'll start reassembling the key, the key fob. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the top half here, flip it around. Depending on your current key configuration, depends on which buttons you're gonna be using. I have lock and unlock, remote start, and also panic, so that's what I'm gonna be using on mine. You're just gonna kind of match it up with your factory key fob there. So I'll be taking the unlock and lock button, placing it in the top here, just like that. Same with the remote start, placing that in there. Gotta get that to sit down, there we go. Then I will be taking the panic button, placing that right in like that. Kind of difficult to do with one hand here. Alrighty. So we'll set those other buttons aside. Then what you're going to do is you're going to get this membrane here, and this is going to allow, when you push these guys here, the membrane's going to push the buttons on the back of the circuit board. So we're going to take this guy here, we're going to line it up. There's a big slot right here, two little ones here, and again it's kind of shaped in this way, so you can only kind of really put it in one way. So we'll get that guy to sit in there like that, just like so. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your motherboard, and you're going to want these buttons to kind of match up with the buttons here. Top two buttons and go in there, so on and so forth. You're just going to kind of place that down right in like so, and push it down just to make sure it's seated correctly. Once you get that done, you are going to take your fob here. You're going to take the back half of the fob. You're going to take your factory battery. It's also a good time if your battery's dead or something to replace your battery. You're going to have the positive sign facing down, plus there, plus here, just like so. It's going to slip into right, just like that. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to basically take the two halves. There's a hole there, it lines up in the two notches, and you're just going to simply flip it over, line it up. Then you're going to take the screws with the supplied Allen, and you're simply just going to screw the two halves together. Once that's done, we'll complete to the next step about how to insert this key. All right, guys, so once you have your screws in, you don't want to over-tighten them because it is just plastic. You're going to flip it over, and you're going to pop this back panel off here. This is going to allow you to have a place to put your factory key in. In order to do that, it just doesn't just kind of fit there just because it got this section here. So what you have to do is there's that little pin right in there. What you're going to have to do is take like a small, maybe like a small nail or something like that. You're going to have to tap it out with a hammer, and that pin will just pop right off. Once you do that, it'll allow this section here to separate from the top half, and then you can just simply place your factory key in there, put the cover back on, make sure all your functions work, and you're good to go. So, you know, it's going to operate just like normal. And as you can see from the factory key fob, you know, it's just a bit, you know, it's a bit nicer looking and everything like that. You know, and again, it's just kind of something cool to personalize your Jeep with. So that's that. I will put all the links, everything in the description below. So make sure you subscribe and, you know, have a good one.